Do you overthink every little mistake that you made in your life or every single action that you did in your life? Do you blame others for something that you did? Even when you know it's your fault, you still blamed, oh yeah, that's the teacher's fault, that's my parents' fault, that's my brother's fault. You're negative all the time. Your friends tell you, bro, you complain way too much. I can't be around you. Or you start complaining in your head, you start like complain about every single situation. You need stoicism, bro, because that's the thing that you're missing in life. About 2 years ago, when I was in school, there was this like thing that was sticking up the ground. So I was like walking, right, and there was this like thing sticking up the ground. What I did was I was walking and then I tripped on it and then I almost fell down. And when I fell down, like people, like it was the worst area that happened. It was like public. People were really looking at me and they were laughing at me. And I overthanked that so much for the entire day. But guess what? Literally after an hour, everybody forgot. Everybody was talking to me very normally, and I was actually surprised. And that's when I actually thought, shit, why did I overthink that so much? I almost overthanked that for an entire day. When everything went back to normal, everyone like forgot about it. Think about the things you can control and think about the things that you cannot control. Take out a book, take out a paper, a pen, literally write down the things that are stressing you out. And write whether this is in your control or not. If it's not in your control, it's a waste of time to think about it because it won't help you. And nothing is going to change because what is done is done. Years ago as well, when I went out with like a family trip, I turned on the lights in my room and I wasn't aware of it. And I went outside and my parents started giving out to me. They was like, oh, why do you turn the light on? You're wasting electricity and everything like that. When we came back, we noticed the light was on for like literally an hour. And I blamed my brother for it. I was like, bro, why didn't you check? You could see my room outside the window. You could see if the light was on. Why didn't you check? When it was my fault, all I could have done is just come up here and look if everything was set. Everything was set up, everything was turned off. That brings me on to the point, take responsibility. It might not be your fault whether something happened or whether something didn't happen. Maybe you're crossing the signal and the car almost bumped into you. Yeah, maybe that's the driver's fault because he didn't check the signal, but it was also your fault. You didn't check the car that was coming. If you live like this, you're going to be so much happier. You're going to be so much happier. About a year ago, I was really sad because I had lots of anxiety. That was when I was doing my exam. I had lots of anxiety in my mind. And I was always thinking to myself, this is never gonna end, and I'm gonna be in this thing forever. I'm not gonna pass the exam. I'm gonna fail. I'm gonna not go to college. Then I found out about this mindset. It's called "this too shall pass." Anything and everything that happens in your life will pass. Whenever I'm cooking with my mom, I always tell myself this thing now: "This too shall pass." Because this moment is so beautiful. Now this might sound a little bit more depressing, oh yeah, this too shall pass, even when it's like positive and you're telling yourself this too shall pass. It will help you negative, but positive, it is not actually a bad thing because it's gonna make you appreciate the moment of positivity even more. You're gonna be more grateful for this moment because you're telling yourself this will pass. Anything that happens, or tomorrow, wherever you are, anything that happens in your life, tell yourself, this too shall pass. I used to play a lot of video games 1 year ago. A lot. And I mean, I used to instead of like studying for like another hour, I was like, oh yeah, let me just chill with some video games, with some music, get some dopamine in. I had low discipline. I was very much depressed because after the activity that I actually do, I actually feel even more tired than going into it. That's where rest and relaxation comes in. Actual step that you can take is download this app. It's called Medito. This app offers 3 minutes to 5 minutes of meditation. Do that every single morning. Your life is going to change. That's you actually resting and relaxing. Practice gratitude every single day. Literally sit down on this book. I have this book here. I literally gratitude in that journal in that book. I literally write down 5 things that I'm grateful for every single day. It's just being in that moment of gratitude. That's all it is. It's not about what you're writing down, but it's you being in that moment. And they have this app. It's called Yoga. Download that and literally do the beginner, intermediate, or advanced.